They politely told Wyatt to get back in the car, stop blocking traffic, to which Wyatt responded by pistol whipping them, throwing a drink on their car, and driving erratically in front of them.
He pistol whipped them? Jesus.
Almost hitting a lady with her infant baby as he sped away from the scene. In a beautiful display of stupidity, Wyatt then called police himself, reporting, "I just pulled over because somebody just tried to kill me in the car."
Alright, I don't want anyone saying shit about my bang, okay? It won't stay up. Okay, it will stay up. So today we have the satisfying end of TikTok's stupidest criminal. I don't know who this could be. I saw a Latino mug with neck tattoos and stuff in the thumbnail, so it's probably him. Let's get into the video. Hopefully this is a juicy one.
Icy Wyatt thought he was too famous to be arrested.
Put both your hands out the window.
I don't know who I am.
Yet his 1.4 million followers failed to help anything, as TikTok's dumbest criminal has been in jail for almost a full year. To introduce the type of guy he is, Icy Wyatt was employed before TikTok.
Had a job, I worked at McDonald's.
Yet a family
Oh,
member
it's this
exposed
guy. I've seen clips of him here and there. I don't know who he is though.
him, stating he worked there for a week and showed up one day and they were like, "Why are you here?" He found out the previous day he showed up to work so high on Xanax that he got fired, and he didn't remember any of it. Thankfully for Wyatt, however, a work ethic wasn't needed for his genre of TikTok content, simply being a feminine man who was attracted to women.
If I had a girlfriend, hair, nails, new bag, because I want to take care of my girl.
That's honestly the cheat code to going viral on TikTok as a personality. You just have to be everything that everyone else isn't, if that makes sense. Just be as far away from the norm as possible and you'll get an audience.
I'll be so proud to have a girlfriend and I would be obsessed with her.
That was his very first TikTok,
Jesus.
and it gained over 8 million views, fueled by people wondering if he was actually telling the truth. Icy Wyatt fed into this to achieve a repeat audience, with videos as simple as people who don't understand that I can be femme and still like girls, giving him hundreds of thousands of likes. Wyatt funneled this attention into bingo gambling sponsorships,
I am the king of bingo. I am the king of gambling.
and then scolded the audience because they weren't as rich as him.
I make $800,000 a month year. You're not even near my tax bracket. Google me. You can see my net worth.
Maybe Wyatt had an ego as he'd previously been in jail,
And I've been to jail like multiple times.
which the audience quickly realized he most definitely deserved. Because a user named KD Nail Artistry uploaded a TikTok explaining she was the one who did Wyatt's nails, and he agreed to pay me from the start at a price of $200 for 3 different sessions. Well, rather than paying, he wrote me a check from a closed bank account. He also knew I was in nail school at the time, so not only was Wyatt a total scumbag, but it also seemed he wasn't as rich as he professed. Despite this, Wyatt only kept on bragging,
Gee, I sure do look like the disappointment of the family. But isn't it funny how I make the most money?
Fake Gucci. I don't know what. Is that Dior's? Looks like Dior. I don't know what the fuck this is. Bro, come on, bro. This is embarrassing.
Sit down.
believing that you'll get much further in life by cutting off all the toxic people and focusing on becoming the main character. Wyatt seemingly went against his own advice and began dating a girl named Moore, with whom he started to spend irresponsible amounts of money.
Okay, so baby got her Benz. Hey, you know, I had to get me one too. Stop playing. We some Benz babies now.
Wyatt had his Mercedes wrapped in hot pink, while Moore's Mercedes was
So does this make her... It's windy as hell outside. Does this make her... Could this count as that? I'm not gonna think too hard about it.
crashed within a month, introducing everyone to Wyatt's terrible driving history. He had to move out of California solely because of driving offenses.
The reason why I went to Florida was because I couldn't drive here. I had like so many traffic tickets and like driving on suspended license, DUIs,
Jesus Christ, this nigga looks inbred.
everything. So I went to Florida and I got my license and it was perfectly fine.
And would upload an old video of his own road rage incident, trying to look tough with the title
This is
"Don't
one of the
Play
clips I've seen. This is the clip I saw where I was like, what is this guy doing?
with me TF. Wyatt was clearly proud of being a terrible human.
And normally I'm not that nice. Normally it doesn't matter who you are. I will be like, shut the up. I don't want to hear about that. Please stop talking about that. Next subject.
And nothing solidified this more than a video he accidentally posted. He'd already given the audience a tour of his house, but it was specifically on this house's front walkway that he'd kick his girlfriend out by throwing away all of her possessions. Wyatt claimed the video was posted accidentally and the couple quickly reconciled, but the pink Mercedes seen back in the tour was about to be another problem. 25 days after getting the car, he'd post this TikTok looking all bruised and battered, which came with a tweet reading, "I'm gonna get some rest and try and recover. My face is in so much pain and the rest of my body." Wyatt then
Nigga, did you get beat up by your girlfriend? Come on, bro.
context. He claimed that two white hillbillies attacked him unprovoked.
I was hate crimed in Florida. I was attacked by two men. My car was stuck between like a Chick-fil-A line. They backed me in so that they could both come out and come on either side of my car and attack me.
Describe like what they look like older men,
big,
like our age.
fat hillbilly in like a white pickup truck. That's what they look like. And I'm in a pink Mercedes with this type of nails.
Yeah.
And when he called to report the hate crime, police beat him further because he didn't take off his seatbelt.
Should I do a story time about how I got ripped out my Mercedes and my ass beat for trying to take my seatbelt off when they tell me to get out the car?
Wyatt had filmed his own snippet of the incident.
I can't take the seatbelt off? You need to show some respect.
Posting only what made him look like a victim, with the caption, "Sunrise County Police in Broward County ambushed me in my neighborhood hours after I had called for help in a road rage incident earlier in the day. They didn't send anyone to help me, but came to my house hours later and held me at gunpoint. This is not okay." Wyatt was clearly the victim here, right? Well, later that day, TMZ posted their own article. TikTok star Icy Wyatt arrested for battery on police officer, which clarified he was booked on Monday night for 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, 1 count of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, 1 count of battery on an officer, and 1 count of resisting arrest. Wyatt's innocence was suddenly in question, yet he continued to claim I was the victim. This was in self-defense, also adding I didn't batter the police. I was handed my phone, and then another officer ripped it out of my hand, and because I didn't release it right away, he said I assaulted him. On TikTok, Wyatt maintained it was all police's fault.
The rumor.
I believe that. I believe that, like, some policemen, they can be dramatic for the sake of just being dramatic.
They're not true. There will be several news stories coming out soon about what actually happened. The police were in many wrongs.
Jesus,
Until the
nigga,
body
did you get hit by a
footage was
horse? Like,
publicly
what the fuck?
released. To nobody's surprise, Wyatt wasn't actually hate crimed. It began with him parked in the middle of the street, yelling at a random lady, leading the 2 white hillbillies to stand up for the woman. They politely told Wyatt to get back in the car, stop blocking traffic, to which Wyatt responded by pistol whipping them, throwing a drink on their car, and driving erratically in front of them.
He pistol whipped them? Jesus.
Almost hitting a lady with her infant baby as he sped away from the scene. In a beautiful display of stupidity, Wyatt then called police himself, reporting, "I just pulled over because somebody just tried to kill me in the car. This truck came up and tried to cut me off. So I pulled over to the next lane, and again he's trying to swerve into my lane and tried to hit the car, yet this is actually what he'd done to them." Wyatt then continued lying, and then I had 4 guys jump out of the car and say, "We're gonna beat the crap out of you and stuff," failing to include that he'd pistol whipped them after. After speaking with these hillbillies, police discovered the truth, showing up at Wyatt's house to arrest him, where he'd speak the infamous line, "Y'all don't know who I am."
No one
Wyatt
does.
maintained I didn't hit nobody, claiming his girlfriend was there to confirm his story.
So my girlfriend can't be a witness to.
Was she with you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, we can talk to her when she gets here.
Moore then showed up to tell her side, yet it was later shown by this frame that Moore wasn't even there at the time. Wyatt's final defense of having a gun was because he drove a bright pink car who is famous online and gets messed with on the freeways all the time, as if it's been a lifelong issue, and he didn't just buy the car 4 weeks before. He added, "I have millions of followers. People make this stuff up all the time," to which the cop responded,
Not everybody knows who you are.
prompting Wyatt to add, "I have 58 million followers. Everybody who's been on TikTok or Instagram has seen who I am."
Nigga,
Before
I
spending
didn't.
the night in jail, Wyatt bragged about his jewelry,
You know this is some $80,000 chain on my neck they're pressing, right?
being released the following day and posting a celebratory TikTok.
You can't get rid of me, bitch. I'm not going nowhere.
Wyatt then called the
Ooh, I just went up. Ooh, I want to. Ooh, I just. Ooh, you know, I just wanna hit you with an uppercut and come down to your body and hit you with a nasty liver shot. You know what I'm saying? Like with a face like that, I just wanna double jab, hit you with the meanest right hand, left hook, uppercut. You know what I'm saying? Low key, I wanna just like shift to the left, uppercut you, and hit you with the craziest overhand right with a triple G overhand right, landing directly with these two knuckles directly in your mouth. Ooh, I want to knock his teeth out so bad.
The paparazzi on himself to claim the "don't you know who I am" phrase was referring to him being the one who called police.
I called the police and told them that this whole altercation happened. So when they pulled up, I said, "Don't you know who I am?
He's the one who
Don't you know who I am?"
Bragging about his followers was due to his head injury.
I'm not slurring my words until they slam my head on the ground. Then I'm like, oh, I have 58 million followers.
Which was covered by a brand new tattoo of his girlfriend's name on his face. Despite treating the arrest like one massive joke, Wyatt was in serious trouble.
So yeah, I might be facing 20 years in prison because of this night.
Yet he'd still post TikToks such as this one.
All right, y'all, do y'all think I should get this 2021 Range Rover or should I get a G-Wagon?
Leading to many comments mocking him. If I were facing up to 20 years, I don't think looking for a new vehicle would be at the top of my list of things to do. Additionally, because Wyatt was now awaiting trial,
If I got pulled over, I could get the maximum sentence, 10 years.
Leading to a TikTok beef with his very own mother. She simply gave Wyatt the most obvious advice ever.
That's
Like,
his
"What do you mean I'm
mom?
supposed to be driving. If you get pulled over, you're gonna go to jail for 10 years. Blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Girl, can we talk about this another time? Like, I'm really not trying to hear about this." She's like, "Okay, well, I'll talk to you about it later." Then I'm like, "No, I don't ever want to talk to you about it unless I bring it up because that's something that triggers me."
Leading to their relationship completely falling apart. They'd publicly argue back and forth about anything and everything, although Wyatt failed to take any of her advice. Because during this period of waiting for his sentence, Wyatt's stepdad proudly announced he got into an altercation and keyed a car while he was out on bail. As a result, Wyatt was rearrested to be jailed until his trial, predicting just beforehand he wouldn't be in for long.
I'm looking at probably a month's time and $10,000.
However, 3 months passed without a word about his trial, and his plan to work out every day didn't exactly happen.
Because I'm just be working out the whole time.
As he'd tell his girlfriend via jail phone, he'd gained 40 pounds or 18 kilos. In the process, Wyatt was facing other issues.
Have you gotten in a fight since you've been in there?
I was attacked.
As Moore finds out, Wyatt will be serving at least 2 years.
I know I was being
This
deluded,
nigga's ass is about to be
thinking that
ripped
this
open.
was gonna be like quick and easy and that you were gonna be home soon. The reality is just like very much like hitting me now.
Despite this, Moore had Icy Wyatt tattooed on her neck, live streaming the session during which she'd get a call.
On the neck is
on the
insane.
phone was a debt collector asking for payments on a mattress. They've got all this money apparently, but can't buy a mattress outright. Wyatt's mum then revealed they had payments on their cars, making it obvious they'd financed their whole life and were pretty much broke. 2 months ago, Wyatt vocalized being worried about the cost of a phone call, while his 40-pound weight gain has turned into 70.
I gained 70 pounds since I've been here. Can you believe that? I've gained almost 100 pounds.
As a last-ditch effort, Wyatt sent the judge a letter stating, "I feel absolutely terrible and ashamed for the way I handled things with these people. I'm not the type of person to hurt anyone or vandalize people's property. That just isn't who I am or who I want to be," but the judge didn't buy it. Icy Wyatt's still yet to be convicted, having spent 12 months in prison and lost absolutely everything simply because he couldn't hold his anger.
Well, that's what he deserves. Shit. I ain't gonna sit here and act like he don't deserve that shit. Nigga, yes you do. You were doing some bullshit. And that's just facts. You believe he deserved the same thing? Let me know in the comments. If the guy who is narrating the video missed anything, also let me know in the comments. I hope he becomes a better person. That's all I can say. Alright.